Hey guys, today I'm going to be testing out the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. I know a lot of you have been waiting on this review for a while, so if you're excited to hear my thoughts on this product, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So you guys know I like to give you all the important details before we get started with the application. So this product retails for around $20 Canadian and you get the standard 1 fluid ounce of product. It is available in 9 shades. I have the shade 305 Natural Beige to match my lighter face to my more tan body. This foundation is of course meant to have a pretty high level of coverage, but it is also meant to be buildable. They say it's designed to cover blemishes and dark spots and even tattoos, which is crazy. It is supposed to have a quite natural finish though, even though it is more full coverage, and it's supposed to have a very weightless, air-like kind of texture and wear for 24 hours and never fade. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm really excited to test out this product today, so let's jump into the application. In case you are new to my channel, my skin type is oily and my main concerns with my skin are my hyperpigmentation and redness. Those are the main things that I'm looking to even out with a foundation, but I've already gone ahead and primed my face with the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. So I'm going to get a little bit of the foundation on the back of my hand. Once again, I'm using shade 305, and I'm going to start dotting this on half of my face, on my forehead, cheek, and chin. So the texture of this is definitely very thick, but it feels very smooth and almost slightly moussey, which would make sense because they do say it's supposed to have an air-light texture. I'm gonna go ahead and start blending this out with my L'Oreal foundation blender. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you guys know I am obsessed with these sponges. Okay, wow, that blended out extremely well on my skin. One thing you may have noticed is I dabbed it on pretty generously. That's just a little tip if you're working with foundations that are thicker and blending them out with like a foundation blender sponge. It just helps the product spread a little bit more evenly. The coverage it gave me is honestly flawless though. I definitely will not need to do like a second layer even in the areas of my face where I do tend to get the most red. I actually have an active breakout here too, which was quite red before, as I'm sure you saw, and it completely covered it up. I'm really impressed with the coverage so far. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the other side of my face now using the same method. Okay, I have to say I am really impressed with this foundation right off the bat. Coverage, definitely getting a thumbs up. This is like a true full coverage. I think even if you have more to cover than I do, like if you have like severe acne or anything like that, that you'll still be able to get away with one layer, honestly, because it just covered everything so flawlessly. Even with some of my other very heavy duty full coverage foundations, I have to go in and build it a little bit just in the areas where I get the most red, as you guys already know. Also, it does feel surprisingly lightweight on my skin. Honestly, when I first felt it, I was like, how is a foundation that's this thick going to feel lightweight on my skin? But it really does. It doesn't feel like I have a heavy mask of foundation on in the slightest. I can definitely feel that I have foundation on, but it's not heavy at all. I would personally classify this as kind of like a demi-matte finish on my skin at least. It's not completely flat or matte by any means, but it's also doesn't really have any areas that are reflecting light. I think my skin definitely does look very smooth and velvety, but I'm going to go ahead and do a close-up so you guys can actually see what it's looking like on my skin. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply my base products, and I will talk to you guys in a second. And in case you're wondering what I use to complete my face, for concealer I use the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover. This is the Pro Concealing and Contour Palette. I've been testing this out recently and I did blend it out with their concealer blender because you guys know I was mentioning that I wanted to try this one as well, and it is just as good as the foundation blender. I'm seriously so obsessed with these sponges. They are incredible. And then I did set my face with just a little bit of the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. If you do have oilier skin, I would say a little bit of powder is necessary. It didn't completely set on its own. I did get a little bit of transfer even when I'd had it on for about 10 minutes or so. I'm sure if you have oily skin, you're already using powder, so it's not like I need to tell you. Dry skin, it might be different. It might set a little bit better. But yeah, concealer and everything applied nicely over top of it. I really don't have any complaints. I'm really happy with how it is looking. My skin just looks very like velvety and smooth, especially from a bit of a distance. I think it really just has a very flawless kind of effect. It hid all of my acne scarring and hyperpigmentation so well. My initial thoughts are definitely very good, but of course we have to see how it wears throughout the day to really test it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my makeup. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna do some close-ups and then I will be checking in throughout the day to show how it wears. has been about 6 hours since I first applied this foundation. Honestly, don't have too much to update on because not a lot has changed. I still think the foundation looks absolutely flawless. All of my other face products applied really nicely over top of it. They blended out perfectly fine, like my bronzer and blush and everything. I did add a decent amount of highlight because you guys know I like to be a little bit more glowy, but I really think this product looks great. And I think you guys will agree that it looks really nice. I'm definitely having one of those days where I like catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, my makeup looks so good today. But that is going to be it for right now. I will check in with you guys once more at the end of the day. I have had this foundation on for a full 12 hours now, and I have to say I still think it looks extremely good for the amount of time I've had it on. There are some very minor little signs of wear, but honestly nothing that you would really notice unless you were like this close to my face. It has settled the tiniest bit in the creases of my nose where I am exceptionally oily, and it's gotten the slightest bit creasy right in here, but once again it's nothing that noticeable, nothing I'm like upset about. It really hasn't faded or worn off anywhere. I think it held up to that claim so incredibly well. Hasn't worn off on the edges of my face or around my mouth, which is typically where I do see foundations fade. The coverage for this foundation was flawless. It was easy to apply. My skin looks very smooth and velvety once again, and it really doesn't look or feel heavy in my opinion, which is so great for a foundation with such a high level of pigment and coverage. And overall, I'm just really liking how it looks. You guys might be able to tell I am quite shiny on my forehead, and you guys know I don't touch up throughout these videos or anything like that, but it's something I could fix in like 2 seconds with a blotting paper if I felt the need to. But it's not shiny to the point where it bothers me at all. But if you are oilier like I am, you might want to pair it with something a little bit more mattifying if you want like a true matte finish all day. All in all, I am super impressed with this foundation. There's honestly nothing I really dislike about it or would view as a con. I mean, it's been 12 hours and it looks pretty flawless. I would definitely recommend this foundation if you're a fan of full coverage and you're looking to switch up your routine. It is getting a huge thumbs up from me. It's definitely my favorite L'Oreal foundation that I have tried so far. But yeah, I think that is where I'm going to wrap up today's video. Those are my thoughts on the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and huge thank you to L'Oreal for partnering with me on today's video. Don't forget to go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I am at SARI Rihanna on all three, and hit that subscribe button down below if you are new here, but I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.